YouTube, long time no see. I've decided to start doing some book reviews again and haul videos. So this video is going to be my September 2018 book haul, although there are a couple of books in there that might be from August. I'm not sure. I've been buying a lot of books. So the first book that I bought this month was a binder of 2 Victoria Schwab books. And it's called The Dark Vault, but it actually includes The Archived and The Unbound. And the premise behind these books is, imagine a place where the dead rest on shelves like books. Each body has a story to tell, a life seen in pictures only librarians can read. The dead are called histories, and the vast realm in which they rest is the archive. Mackenzie Bishop's grandfather first brought her here 4 years ago when she was 12 years old. Frightened but determined to prove herself, now her grandfather is dead and Mac has grown into what he once was, a ruthless keeper, tasked with stopping often violent histories from waking up and getting out. I'm quite interested in reading this. I think it looks quite exciting and kind of almost appropriately Halloween-y because it's got kind of a dead theme going on. So I thought that was quite good for October read. Tea break. This book is called The Little Stranger and it is a film adaptation. I'm not really quite sure what it is about. I just saw the title and the front cover that it's kind of very gothic and spooky. And I know that the film is in the horror section, so I thought I'd give it a go. So let's see what the blurb says. In a dusty post-war summer in rural Warwickshire, a doctor is called to a patient at Lonely Hundreds Hall, home to the Ayres family. Oh my god, that was a tongue twister. Hundreds Hall, home. To the Ayres family for over 2 centuries. The Georgian house, once grand and handsome, is now in decline, the masonry crumbling, its gardens choked with weeds, its owners, mother, son and daughter struggling to keep pace. But are the Ayres haunted by something more sinister than a dying way of life? Little does Dr. Faraday know how closely and disturbingly their story is about to become entwined with him. What am I talking about? Need more tea. Also, in the buy one get one half price deal, I decided to pick up Lucy Worsley's biography of Jane Austen, which is called Jane Austen at Home. I'm a massive Jane Austen fan. I love all books set in the Regency period, things like Georgia Hare, and just that time period. I think it was quite beautiful, and I liked the clothing and the atmosphere and the manners. I like that most of the books that are written around that area are all very, hello Mr, hello Mrs, how are you? I don't know what that voice is, sorry. This new telling of the story of Jane's life shows us how and why she lived as she did, examining the places and spaces that mattered to her. It wasn't all country houses and ballrooms, but a life that was often a painful struggle. Okay, I'm out. No, I'm kidding. This book is the one that I think I might have bought it in August. It's The Bells, The Bells by Doniel Clayton. And it's a YA fantasy novel about a girl who can control beauty and they wield it as a power. People pay to use their services, I believe. So she's called Camellia Beauregard. She wants to be the favourite belle, the only one chosen by the Queen to tend to the royal family. But once she and her belle sisters arrive at court, it becomes clear that being the favourite is not everything she always dreamed it would be. Behind the gilded palace walls lives dark secrets, and Camellia soon learns that her powers may be far greater and far darker than she ever imagined. I am massively into Higgy. I know you're supposed to say Hugo, but it just sounds really weird to me, so I just say Higgy. And tea and warmth and cushions, it is life. I bought quite a few Kindle books because a lot of the books that are on this subject and that are kind of ways to make your life more comfortable, more happy, they're bringing out some really, really beautiful books, but they're quite spendy. So I wanted to kind of trial out which ones I liked before I bought an actual hardcover book, because when I buy a hardcover, it tends to stay in the house, it doesn't go anywhere, so I want to make sure it's a nice one that I'm actually going to take off the shelf and read. The one that I decided to get after lots of perusals of the Kindle books is this book, which is so pretty. I don't know if you can see, it's sort of candlelight. It's so beautiful. And it also has quite a few pictures in it. So this one's more of a coffee table book. And look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. Hygge, if you don't know about it, is the Danish art of happiness. It's all about coziness and blankets and tea and fairy lights, cushions behind me. I'm all about the coziness, especially as it's coming up to winter. And I didn't actually include all of the books that I bought because I wasn't sure which ones I'd bought when. But I probably bought quite a few more books than this month. As I said, I'm trying not to splurge, but I like books. The book that quite a few people have been going on about recently is The Tattooist of Auschwitz. It's one of those subjects where I am really interested in the Second World War. I'm really interested in the stories of the people that were there at the time, but at the same time, I know I'm going to cry like a baby when I read this book. So I kept putting off reading it and getting it, and then a lot of people were going on and on about it, which made me not want to buy it even more. And then I bought it and I splurged for the hardcover because it's quite a new book. And then a week later, the paperback came out, so I feel like a bit of an idiot about that. Okay, now I'm talking to the budgie. She isn't interested. Hi. Okay. The final book that I purchased this month was Vox by Christina, I think that's Dalcher? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce her name. I believe it's a dystopian thriller, and it's about a world where women have been told that they're no longer allowed to speak, they're not allowed to have jobs, they have no rights, they have no passports, they have no bank accounts, and they have to speak no more than 100 words a day, or they are punished by having electrical shocks, or they can actually be imprisoned. And it's about a woman called Jean McClellan, who is fighting back for her daughter and every other woman who's been silenced, and trying to change things. So it sounds quite interesting, and I like that in the blurb it says that the 100 word limit has been reached, just in that little blurb. So can you imagine only being able to speak that amount in one day? I've just spoken more than that in about a minute talking to my cats. So yeah, that was my September haul video. Let me know in the comments if you have bought or read any of the books that I have showed you, or let me know what you've been reading and what you're planning to read in October. Have a great week. Bye. Tea is very important. And I've just remembered that this is actually meant to be my book haul video, not my review video or my wrap-up video. So do I leave that in? Do I take that out? What do you think, Sarah? Okay, now I'm talking to the budgie. She isn't interested. Hi. It was a really good idea having a budgie and cats. Oh my God, can you imagine? That would be horrendous.